This is the Louie Tee Network.
See, first come the preseason, and I don't take a day off. And then my team was 6-10, and we ain't smell the playoffs. Yeah, I seen the Super Bowl, but I heard they just play balls. A lot of teams had injuries. Sam Bradford had to take off. Go hard in the offseason, but you don't know the half. Before you know, we gon' look up, and we ready for the draft. They dressed up in that suit top, and I don't know how to act. They waiting, so patient, so they can put on that hat. Who else could it be? But your man Luke. Okay, so when she asks you where you was at, you tell her you in the lab room. Who else could it be? Who? But your man Luke. Okay, so when she asks where you was at, you can tell her you was in the lab room. Yeah.
Who else can it be? For me, you're me. Louie Tee, welcome. You are in the lab room. Of course, I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Week number 17. Oh no! It's the National Football League. It's about to be over. And I talked about this 2 weeks ago. Cherish this football because in a month from now, it's almost going to be over. The first week of February, that first Sunday of February, it's done. That's it. For 6 months, we're going to be without football. So you better cherish this. And for all of you teams, all of you fans of those 20 teams that's not going to the postseason, that's going fishing, that's not postseason bound, this is your last chance to see this version of your boys. And you may not like this version of your boys, but it's the last time you're going to see your boys suited up and play football. So you better enjoy this as well. Happy New Year's to everyone who's watching. All subscribers, all non-subscribers, anybody out there that's watching this video, Happy New Year's to you and yours. And I hope this is a very fruitful new year for you coming up. This is going to be a big year for me. I'm expecting big things. I think this is going to be a life-altering, life-changing year for me. I think things are really going to take off for me this year, and I'm hoping the same is for you as well. This is going to be a very prosperous year. And I think that this is a year that could change the game for me, and I'm hoping you feel the same way about your upcoming year as well. I wish you health, I wish you wealth, and most importantly, I wish you love. Spread the cheer. Happy New Year. With that being said, I rock rough and tough with my Afro puffs. Yeah, rock home with your bad stuff. What y'all know about that, man? I'm rocking rough and tough my Afro puffs today. And I'm ready to blaze y'all with my Week 17 picks. But before we do that, you know what we gotta do. House cleaning. That's right. Grab the broom, mop, dustpan. Let's clean up. Week 16. How'd you guys do? I didn't have a great week. I had a good enough week. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Let's talk about all the people that stepped up to the challenge here in the lab room and see how they did in Week 16. JT WWE. Oh no! What happened? He told me, he gave me a warning. He fired off a warning shot. Pop! Warning shot. This is not going to be a good week. He told me, he said, I don't like this week. This is a really funky week. Of course, he didn't use those words, but in so many words, that's what he said. And he was right. It was a funky week. A lot of upsets this week. Who saw the Panthers losing? Who saw the Seahawks losing? Who saw the Steelers losing? That's 3 losses for just about everybody right there. And if you went and tried to be special anywhere else, you were going to fall into the trap of Week 16. And that's the National Football League in a nutshell right there. You can fall into the trap so easily and not even know it's coming. Minding your own business and whoop, fall into a pothole. Turn your ankle. That's the NFL. And WWE fell into more than a pothole, folks. He fell down the sewer hole. 6-10. Ow! There is never any excuse for 6-10. Never. I don't give a damn how bad of a week it is. There's never, ever, any excuse for 6-10. That man went off the deep end. It happens. but not to the good ones, it doesn't. And I've talked about WWE's inconsistencies all season long. It reared its ugly head again this week. Hey, or last week I should say. My man, I'm gonna pray for you, man. 6-10. That is ugly. You gotta bounce back. Wait a minute. This is your last chance. You better make it good in week 17, my man. Gotta make it good. Because that is as bad as it gets. Money Miz. Money Miz. My man, Money Miz. Didn't you tell me to watch out? Watch my step. It was dangerous out there. It's not safe. Watch your step. Did you tell me that? How you gonna tell me that and then 2 weeks later you gonna go 7-9? Huh? You below the Mendoza line at 7-9. How you gonna do me like that, man? Oh my goodness. 7-9 for Money Miz. It's all good though, man. It's all love. Just like I told JT WWE. You got 1 week to bounce back, man. Make it a good one. Week 17. You better bless it this week. 7-9 below the Mendoza line. Turn it up. You got one more chance. That was nasty. Watch your step. It's not safe out there. Eduardo O'Neal, another dude that said he didn't like week 16. And I love how guys fire off warning shots. Pop, pop. Before they go and drop an 8-8 on us, like Eduardo O'Neal did. It's almost like they're saying, hey, I got nothing to lose if I just throw this comment out there. I don't like this week. If you go 11-5 and you don't like the week, you're gonna get credit for not liking the week and going 11-5. But if you go 8-8 and you don't like the week, at least you say to yourself, I said to myself, I didn't like this week, so it's okay I went 8-8. Eduardo O'Neal's been pretty good of late. So I'm gonna cut him a little bit of slack. But 8-8, you made it to the Mendoza line, but that's nothing to brag about. You know what we're all about here in the lab room. Double digits. That's what it's about. You didn't make it, but last week was a rough week. I just told you about 3 games that could have lit you down. And the tough part about the end of the season is that you really don't know which teams have packed it in and which teams are gonna continue to fight. And I think late in the season when teams are bad, it's all about coaching. Because your coach is gonna motivate you. If you got a lackluster coach that's gonna get fired or a situation that's not ideal, you're gonna quit. Players are gonna check out mentally. They're ready for the offseason. They're ready for a break. They're done. They've checked out. The Dolphins, they checked out. See, I didn't know that. I said Dolphins still got a little bit of fight left in them. Nah, they don't. Those boys have checked out a long time ago. Even when they beat the Ravens a couple weeks ago and only scored 15 points, they had already checked out. The Ravens were just bad, okay? But then teams like the Ravens, Bears, they could have checked out, but they haven't because of their head coaches, because of their coaching staffs. They haven't checked out yet. Ravens slay the Steelers. Bears beat the Bucks. It happens. Good teams or good coached teams find a way to still play good football down the stretch, even though they don't have anything to play for. So you can get 8-8. I wouldn't recommend it, but Eduardo O'Neal, 8-8, okay. Bounce back. Like I told the other two, you got 1 week. Make it a good one. 8-8 for Eduardo O'Neal. Carmen Rana. My man Carmen Rana went on a vacay. Hope your vacay was enjoyable. Hope you're back, you're safe, you're comfortable. But 8-8. Not great. Even when it's late. And so Carmen Rana went on vacation, sent me his pics, and I appreciate you sending me your pics on your vacay, man. That's dedication. Sent me the Raiders pic on Thursday when he was out of town, out of the state, out of the country. I don't even know where the man was at. But he said, I'm on vacay. I don't have Wi-Fi where I am, but I'm gonna send you this pic. Raiders, give me the Raiders. Got it done. Then he said, I'm gonna give you the rest of my pics when I come back. So I said, man, enjoy your vacay, safe travels, and on your return back, send me those pics I'm waiting on. He said, I got you. Send me the pics. First pick on the list, Eagles. I said, he done messed up. Carmen Rana done messed up. Now, I didn't know what he did after that, till I looked at it later on, but I said, he done messed up. Sure enough, 8-8. It was a really bad week for Carmen Rana. He's a Seahawks fan, and he made the Seahawks his sole survivor pick. Ouch, that's a double whammy. No whammy, no whammy, stop. double whammy for Carmen Ron. 8-8, and he got the Soul Survivor pick wrong. Tough week. Tough week indeed. But like the others, bounce back. One more week. Week 17. Do it up. Bounce back. Let's see how you do in week 17. Insane Juggernaut. Insane Juggernaut finished 10-6 last week, and he didn't want to talk about last week. He said, look, man, I don't even want to talk about last week. I ain't got nothing to say about it. He wanted to move on. Okay, fine. He wanted double digits this week. He fell just short of that. And it seems like that's been a theme for him this season. He's always been one step behind the curve. Everybody else is 11-5, he's 10-6. Everybody else is 10-6, 11-5, he's 9-7. Everybody else is 9-7, he's 8-8. He's 7-9. Happened to him again this week. 9-7. But there is a caveat here. His Soul Survivor pick, Indianapolis Colts. You've been really hot since I scolded you for picking the Ravens for your Soul Survivor pick every week. You've been pretty damn hot, picking some really out to the right field picks for your Soul Survivor pick. I wouldn't advise you to do that. You picked the Indianapolis Colts over the Miami Dolphins. That's a nasty game, but you went in, you sorted through that wreckage, and you said, give me the Colts. I commend you for that. But you still went 9-7. You still didn't get double digits. So, gotta be better. Do that next week. Last week to do it. Turn it up. Insane Juggernaut, 9-7 in week 16. Now we go to all the people that did make it to double digits. Sean Hall. My man Sean Hall. And if you haven't had a chance, check him out. He's doing his own thing on his channel, doing his picks via YouTube as a vid maker. So check him out, give him some love. I'm gonna put his channel's link down below in the show notes so you can go and give him a little bit of a look-see and a shout out. Subscribe to his channel, sub him up, drop a comment or two in his box and let him know you're watching and supporting. But he was able to give me his picks, and I actually watched the video, and he gave us the whole thing this week. Good job, man. Keep doing your thing. 10-6 for Sean Hall. Another double-digit week. He just made it. It's Kansas City. Kansas City Chiefs. His Soul Survivor pick for week number 16. They got it done. It was not pretty. It was gritty in a double. So, 10-6 for Sean Hall. He continues his assault here in the lab room as he continues to blaze us with double-digit week after double-digit week. Gets it done once again. Continue to do your thing, Mr. Hall. And y'all check him out and support him on his channel. Michael Caine, the Stars. And I apologize last week, Sarge. I left you off. Sometimes when you leave those pics on the Facebook page, you can get left out. But I always make an exception for you because you've been there a long time. So I said I'm gonna go track your picks down, and I went and found you, and I've said this all season long, and I stay steadfast to what I've said. He is probably the most, I know what he's gonna do. He's the most consistent guy here, and it has been all season long. We've had some guys that have come on to this program and onto the circuit and blazed us. Like Flash, good win. He's been outstanding. Talk a little bit more about that later on. But nobody's been more consistent all year long, talking about weeks 1 all the way through, than the Sarge. And I told you, you know what you're getting every week. I don't even have to look at the man's picks. I've told you this on numerous occasions. Sarge is gonna give you anywhere from 9 to 11 every single week. You can go ahead and pencil it in. He's never gonna sway away from 9 to 11, okay? He's getting you anywhere from 9 to 11 victories every single week. And that is the model of consistency here in the lab room. He did it again, 11-5. Another outstanding week for the Sarge, Michael Caine. Protag! Protag has been blazing us of late. 12-4 last week, if I'm not mistaken, for him. 11-5 this week. Another gem for Protag. And told you about his blog. And I always leave the link to his blog down in the show notes. So if you want to check it out, please, by all means, give that man some love over there. Check his blog out. He's been doing it up, man. Some outstanding picks week after week after week. And I gave him grief when he first jumped on the circuit. Said he had to step his game up. And that he has. And so you see the maturation here. You see what this man is out here doing, and he's been doing it well. And this is another one of those weeks where he continues to show that he's up there as one of the best prognosticators in the game right now. 11-5 for Pro Tech. Check his blog out. Another good week of picking games for Pro Tech. But the main event, the guy that's been stealing the show seems like for the last 3 weeks to a month, Flash, good win. He's at it again. He did it again. Flash Goodman. In the lab room best. 12-4 this week. And he does some really questionable things, but they're not out of the realm of possibility. That's why he's winning these games. He picked the Jets. And some of you picked the Jets this week. Good for you. I didn't see it coming. What I have become guilty of is doubting Ryan Fitzpatrick. I just can't get off of this Ryan Fitzpatrick kick. And I want to eat my crow. I want to eat crow. I do. I want him to prove me wrong. But I need him to finish the job. And I still don't think he's going to finish the job in week 17. We'll get to that a little bit later on. But he picked the Jets. I'm going to be honest. I did not see the Colts beating the Dolphins. But I didn't know the Dolphins quit. I didn't know. I didn't know they weren't good enough to score 17 points. No, that wouldn't have been enough. They lost 18-12. I didn't know they weren't good enough to score 19 points, to score 20 points. So, yeah, shoot me. I didn't know the Buccaneers couldn't take care of the Bears at home. I didn't know. I had to pay for those. He picked on the right side of those. I didn't. And there you have it. He's 12-4. I'm 10-6. We'll talk about my 10-6 a little bit later on, but 12-4 for Flash Goodman. Got that. And you know what? He's talking trash now. He came and got me on Twitter. He said, hey man, what's up with you? That's another week that I smoked you, man. Where you at? Okay. Challenge has been accepted. I'm coming for you this week, Flash Goodman. Hope you got your picks ready, because I'm coming for you this week. And every time you've gotten to the point where you've gotten out of control and I had to slap you and bring you back down to earth, I've done that. So I'm gonna do it one last time, just for you. Week 17, I'm gonna bless you with these picks. I went 10-6 last week. Double digits is what it's all about. Wasn't pretty. I was upset at some teams. I was upset at Tampa Bay. I was upset at a couple of teams. Steelers, what are you doing? Come on, not the Ravens. No, not them. I was upset. Really upset with some teams that let me down. Dolphins, baby, come on, at the crib? To like Charlie White shoes? Really? I mean, there was really some teams that let me down, but it's all good. Because at the end of the day, the Denver Broncos and Brock Osweiler said, yo, don't worry about it. I got you, baby. I got you. Louie Tee, baby, I got you. Appreciate that. Way to get me to 10-6 in a double-digit week. Appreciate you, man. Good looking out. And so, that brings my overall mark to 155 and to 85. That's damn good. I feel good about it now. I'm 70 over 500. So now, I feel good about what I've done. And I'm going to continue on this track, continue putting up some big numbers to finish out the season. So here are my week 17 picks. And I got a treat for y'all at the end. So stick around at the end of the program and I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about that. But let's run through these picks quickly. All 16 games are going to be played on Sunday. That's the only time that this happens. So let's run through these Sunday games quickly for week 17 in the National Football League. Jets, Buffalo Bills. Big one in the AFC East. Jets win and they're in, they lose, and they've got to have some help to get in. Rex Ryan chomping at the bit to get his former team out of there. You know he wants this one in the worst way. And I still don't believe in Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he's giving me every reason to believe this season. He's having a phenomenal year. So is Brandon Marshall. So is Eric Decker, double decker. Chris Ivory, Bilal Powell. These boys are balling on offense. And I still don't want to believe. That defense, it's nasty. And I'm still taking the Bills to wreck their season. Rex wants this one more than you can ever imagine. He wanted it on Thursday Night Football about a month and a half ago. He wants this one even worse. And I think he's going to get his boys up to go get it. We'll see. But I'm taking the Buffalo Bills. And now, New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. We saw what the Dolphins are last week. I'm not doing this song and dance with the Dolphins anymore. They get on my nerves. Give me the Patriots. They're gonna find a way to win that game, get the number 1 seed in the AFC Conference. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers. Buccaneers have won their last game of the season. That was about a month ago. They haven't won since they got to 6-6 on the season. It's a shame because they actually had a really good season, but 6-10 doesn't look that good. Even though they were 6-6 at one point, but they figured out that, hey, are we really that good? No, you're not that good, not yet. And so Carolina coming off their first loss of the season, it woke them up. They needed that. Now they can just go out and play football. That's what they're going to do. And go 15-1 on the season and sew up that number 1 seed in the NFC. They deserve it. They played to be the number 1 seed all season long, and they're going to get that after they beat the Buccaneers in week number 17. New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons. Good to see the Falcons bounce back. Really good to see the Saints play the kind of football they're playing to finish up the season. Thought they were done. I thought they were dead. I stick the fork in them. They say, hey, man, we haven't quit, man. Stop saying it. Okay, I hear you. They smoked Jacksonville last week, and I think Drew Brees was supposed to have a torn plantar fascia. What happened to that? 412 yards and like 5 touchdowns passing? What are they doing out there anyway? I don't know, man. You got Tim Hightower turning back the clock to like 2009 and running for like 128 yards or something like that. Crazy. But this is the Falcons. They rejuvenated their season. I'm proud of them for overcoming a 6-game losing streak. And even though they're not going to make the postseason, that's pretty big of them. And if they could finish out the season on a 3-game winning streak, that speaks volumes as to the coaching staff and the mentality of that locker room, taking Atlanta at home to avenge their loss to their first loss of the season to the Saints earlier in the season. Baltimore at Cincinnati. Ravens did it last week. Not doing it again this week. Whether A.J. McCarron is healthy or not, he's going to play, and he's going to play well enough to beat well enough to beat the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens aren't going on the road and winning this week. Give me Cincinnati. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns. Steelers blew it last week. They still got a shot. If the Jets lose and some other things happen, they can get in, and I think they might have that opportunity. They got to beat Cleveland. No Johnny Manziel means they get Austin Davis. Austin Davis means they get a win. It means the Steelers beat the Browns on the road and give themselves a chance to make the postseason. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Houston Texans. I'm done with the Jaguars. They had a chance at home 2 weeks ago versus Atlanta, and they threw up all over themselves. Give me Houston to wrap up the AFC South Division with another win. Wow. Didn't ever think I would say that this season. Tennessee at Indianapolis. The Colts somehow found themselves in a position to still get in. Now they need about 8 teams to win, but telling me there's a chance. Yes, I am. But you don't need to go anywhere but home, and that's what's going to happen, but not before you get this last win that gets you to 8-8 on the season. Give me the Indianapolis Colts to beat the Tennessee Titans. Oakland Raiders, the Oakland Raiders taking on the Chiefs. Anybody hotter in the league than the Chiefs? Let me think. No. Riding a 9-game winning streak, they can move it to 10 to finish up the year. And that's exactly what I expect them to do over their arch nemesis in the Oakland Raiders. Give me the Chiefs at the crib to run their winning streak to 10, give themselves an outside shot at winning the AFC West at 11-5. With this win, Chiefs get it done at home. Watch the Redskins at the Dallas Cowboys. You know what you got to do if you're looking for the outcome of that game. Go to my Redskins Bow and Go and move on to the next game. Eagles without Chip Kelly taking on the Giants, who will be getting Odell Beckham Jr. back. Shame on you if you step to the old dirty backup. He'll be back and in full effect and ready to wreck something. Giants, just because ODB is back in the lineup, gonna smoke the Eagles without Chip Kelly. A lot of turmoil over there, a lot of confusion. They're gonna get smoked in this game. Give me the Giants to win that game, get to 7-9 on the season. Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. The Bears are terrible at home. Lions have been playing better football of late. Think they can take the Bears on the road. I don't really like this game. This is one of those games I'm probably gonna come back and say, man, I could win either way. It's family business. All of these games are. Give me the Bears though, or excuse me, give me the Lions to beat the Bears on the road. I trust the Lions more than I trust the Bears. San Diego Chargers. San Diego Superchargers taking on the Denver Broncos. No way San Diego gets it up well enough to go to Denver and win this game. I've seen strange things happen in this series between the Chargers and the Broncos. I just don't think this is one of those times. I think Brock Osweiler and that defense are going to do enough to win in Denver, to win not only this game, but the AFC West in the process. Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. Huge matchup. Cardinals can still get their hands on the number 1 seed in the NFC Conference. Meanwhile, Seattle is looking to try to stay out of the 6th seed. All problems, all fingers, all signs point to the Seahawks losing this game, being swept by the Cardinals, and being the 6th seed in the NFC playoffs. A win coupled with a Packers win gets them the 5 seed. I don't see them getting the 5 seed. Give me the Arizona Cardinals to finish their magical season at 14-2 and just fall short of the number 1 seed in the NFC playoffs. St. Louis at San Francisco. This is the perfect opportunity for Jeff Fisher to get the St. Louis Rams to 8-8 on the season for the first time in his Rams tenure. Problem is, this is where the Rams generally throw up all over themselves, lose a game they're supposed to win, and just fall short of the Mendoza line. I'm not picking that to happen, because I'm done picking the 49ers for the season. But it would not shock me in the least if the 49ers came out and made the Rams piss their pants. Taking the Rams, but reluctantly, give me the Rams to win this game and get to 8-8 on the season. And finally, the NFC North Division title is on the line when the Minnesota Vikings travel to Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers. Hey, everybody else is doing it in the division. Detroit did it, Chicago did it. Why can't Minnesota do it too? Everybody else is beating Green Bay and Green Bay. Why the hell not? Add your name to the list, right? Wrong. I don't trust the Vikings. They're not ready yet to be division champs. And I don't care that the Packers are struggling. They're still good enough to go home, beat the Vikings like they did last time. Give me Green Bay in a thrill to outlast the Minnesota Vikings and win the NFC North Division. So, those are my Week 17 picks. I feel damn good about them, but then again, when don't I feel good about my picks? And I'm thinking about starting a league next year, making picks, and all you guys that have been riding with me next year are gonna have first dibs in on the opportunity. I'll have more about the idea that I have and how I want this thing to be constructed. Hopefully you're interested, and I wanna garner your interest, and I really want to gauge how interested you guys are in participating in a league. Of course, there's going to be an entry fee because I want this to have something on the line. I want money, cash value at the end for the winner. I want you to be able to say, I won X amount of dollars at the end of the day. So this is going to be a lot of fun, but only if you guys are willing to participate. If you are, that's great. We'll do it. If not, I'll shelf it, table it, we'll move on. So you guys let me know how interested you are in participating potentially in a league next season here in the lab room, making picks versus one another. Should be fun. I'll give you all the details if I feel you guys are interested enough. If I get enough feedback, enough people interested, we'll do it. And I'll give you all the instructions and have you kind of wrapping your brain around how you want to do this thing, and then we'll move forward from there. But in any event, if it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the lab. We'll come back and join me as I continue to break down anything. And now, the National Football League. See you next week. Happy New Year's to you and yours. And may your Week 17 picks be good. This is it. There's plenty more where that came from. While you're here, subscribe to the channel. If you want more Louie Tee, be sure to follow me on Twitter at @InTheLabRoom, or you can like the Facebook page at In the Lab Room. That's In the Lab Room on Facebook and at In the Lab Room on Twitter. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so.